This program brought to you in part by the Erica Lewis Endowment Fund.
Coming up, it's Thurman White Academy taking on the Lead Academy. This is Junior Varsity Quiz. Hi, and welcome to the 57th season of Varsity Quiz. Continuing now with more Junior Varsity Quiz. It's an honor to be your host. I'm Nathan Tannenbaum. So the way this works is back in March, there were 27 middle and junior high school teams that competed in a one-day tournament at the Veterans Tribute CTA. The teams playing tonight were two of the top four from that tournament. So the winner of tonight's match will move on to play Miller Middle School in the 2026 JVQ Silver League Championship match. Let's meet tonight's players. We'll start with the Thurman White Academy. There's Felix. Hey, Felix. There's Grayson. Howdy. Tyler and Mason. And the coach for Thurman White, Christina Radosevich. The Thurman White Academy. So starting for the Lead Academy, there's Merrick. Howdy. Derek. Hello. Zach. Hello. And Ryan. And the coach for Lead Academy, Chelsea Schoenbeck, the Lead STEM Academy. Ready? Let's play Junior Varsity Quiz. What part of the body contains the smallest bones? Thurman White, Felix.
The ear.
Correct. Thurman White's on the board. Let's keep going. What branch of astrophysics studies the origin, evolution, and large-scale structure of the universe, investigating phenomena such as dark matter, dark energy, as well as its beginning in the Big Bang and its ultimate fate? Thurman White, Grayson?
Astrologists?
No. We were looking for cosmology. No points. We move to the next question. Many geographers have begun considering which two Great Lakes as one hydrological system as they're connected by the Mackinac Strait. That's Lead Academy. Zach?
Lake Huron and Lake Michigan.
Correct. Lead Academy's on the board. Let's keep going. What invention by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th? That's Lead Academy. Zach?
The printing press.
Correct. Major towns that share what name are situated on the Kennebec River in Maine and the Savannah River in Georgia? Lead Academy. Zach?
Augusta.
Yes. Next question. What do we call the ratio of the rise to the run in a line? White Academy. Grayson?
Slope-intercept.
Yes. Next question. What 1215 document limited Thurman White?
The Magna Carta?
Yes. Next question. What's the term for a set of instructions that a computer can understand and execute? Lead. Ryan?
Program.
That's right. So the month of May sees more of this weather phenomenon than any other time of the year. Thurman White. Grayson?
Rain.
That is incorrect. That is an interrupt. I'll finish reading the question. What dangerous phenomenon happens most in the Midwest, especially in Kansas? Lead. Zach?
Tornadoes.
Yes. The ancient city of Cahokia was once home to a thriving city of tens of thousands, included a mound larger than the Great Pyramid. Now you can check out the Illinois site when visiting what major Missouri city across the Mississippi River? Lead. Zach?
St. Louis.
Yes. What was the original name of New York City? Lead. Zach?
New Amsterdam.
Yes. What is the rhyme scheme in this verse? I gave a frown, it brought me way down. When I got one back, I gave a smile. I got joy for a long while when I got one back. Lead. Zach?
ABAB.
Incorrect. White. Felix?
AABCCB.
Correct. What adjective means able to use the right and left hands equally well? White. Tyler?
Ambidextrous?
Yes. One with one line is called a monostitch. 2 lines, a couplet. 3 lines, a tercet. And 4 lines, a quatrain. And there are many more. What form of writing can contain a small or large number of lines? White, Tyler.
A sonnet.
Incorrect. Lead, Zach.
Poem.
So that's a correct answer. Let's keep moving. This right-handed pitcher picked up 3 World Series wins, including a relief appearance in Game 7 after having started Game 6 the day before, had a complete game in Game 2, which Los Angeles Dodger was named the 2025. That's White. Grayson?
Shohei Ohtani.
Incorrect. Was named the World Series MVP. Lead, Ryan.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, it was Yamamoto. Next question. These 2 nations were scheduled to host the Winter Olympics in 1940 and 1944 after Germany hosted them in 1936. Name these nations that later formed an alliance with Germany. Lead, Derek.
Italy
We need more.
and Japan.
Correct. The old rumor that giraffes have no vocal cords is untrue. They do, but getting air up their long necks to make loud sounds would be tough. They make several noises below our range of hearing, including what type of sound that's like the buzz of a bee or a melody with lips closed. Lead, Ryan.
A hum.
Yes, giraffes hum. Next question. Dense forests have far less ground cover plants since only around 5% of the sunlight reaches the forest floor. What's the term for the large leaf covering? That's White. Tyler?
A canopy.
Correct. Next question. Many don't know that Aristotle put a great deal of work into this scientific field, including the first works in classification, anatomy, and embryology. That's Lead, Zach.
Biology.
Incorrect. That is an interrupt. I'll finish reading the question. His books on the subject include Historia Animalium. For this, Aristotle is known as the father of which field of study? White, Tyler?
Philosophy.
No, we were looking for zoology. Next question. Which Asian car maker's offerings include the Telluride and the K5? Lead, Ryan.
Toyota.
No? White, Felix?
Kia.
Yes. Okay, next question. In U.S. law, what right is guaranteed by the Fifth Amendment during White, Tyler?
The right to remain silent.
Yes. Hey, that's the end of the first round. Can we get a round of applause for both teams? We've got a great match going here. But don't go anywhere. We're going to take a couple of minutes to get to learn a little bit more about our players. We'll start with Thurman White Academy. We have 7th grader Felix. Hi, Felix.
Hi.
This says that you participate in cross country.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific event in cross country, or is it all the same? I mean,
sorry.
cross country is just like that. Is it like a 10K or something like that?
You can have all different kinds of runs. So
Oh, okay.
I personally have run a 10K before, but that wasn't for cross country. During the season, we've run anything from like 1.3 miles to 2.48 miles. So
Okay.
it's a wide range.
Are you guys doing okay so far, though?
The season ended, but we did do pretty well in the season.
Well, congratulations and good luck with the cross country and good luck in Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Felix. Here's 7th grader Grayson. Hi, Grayson.
Hi.
I think a lot of folks may have heard of the National Junior Honor Society, but just in case, what happens with NJHS? What do you guys do?
So we go out and we volunteer for people. At my school, we need 5 volunteer hours individually, and well, I only have 3 right now. So I am the secretary of my NJHS chapter. So I take notes and I write what people have missed in the meetings. And we do have officers and all that.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, good luck with your volunteer hours and good luck on Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Grayson. Here's 7th grader Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
It said something here about musical theater. What do you guys do?
So when I first came into Thurman White Middle School, I saw that they had musical theater as a elective when you major in theater. So I took musical theater, and in that class, you are split up into different levels based on like grade and proficiency. So I started out in intro, obviously, and then we kind of we prepare for the semester for a showcase at the end where each grade kind of gets to perform a like song as a group,
Okay.
and then like every grade gets to showcase essentially what they've learned throughout the year. But we got a new teacher this year, but he's really cool.
All right. Well, good luck with that. And good luck on Varsity Quiz. Here's Mason, 7th grade. Hey, Mason.
Hello.
Good to see you. This says here that you are involved in student leadership at the Thurman White. What do you do, and you have some elected position?
Oh, yeah, so our student council chapter, it's very similar to NJHS, and we work very closely. We kind of just help the admin team run stuff. We put on events and dances. We recently did a movie night, so we do a whole bunch of stuff, and I got elected as the student body president for that. So I just like help run all that, and yeah.
Well, congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And good luck here on Varsity Quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, Thurman White Academy. Okay, so let's meet our players from the Lead STEM Academy. We have 8th grader Merrick. Hey, Merrick.
Hello.
You wrote something about you've come a long way playing chess. Tell me your journey through chess.
Well, in 6th grade, of course, I didn't really know how to play the game. I was a beginner. I just wanted to see how the game goes. Now, in 8th grade, I'm considered a master in the chess ranks. And, of course, I lead the school to championships, and which we have indeed won one.
Whoa.
At Del Sol.
That's
Junior High School.
great. Well, good luck with the chess, and good luck here on Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Merrick. Here's 8th grader Derek. Hey, Derek.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Now, you do something that a lot of young people don't, and maybe older people appreciate about how you choose to listen to music.
Well, I recently got into using CDs and listening to music on my iPod from 2006.
Yeah, because most of the folks are just the Spotify streamers or something, right? You can tell the difference?
Yeah. Sometimes it's a bit higher quality if I use like Amazon Music, and sometimes it's a bit lower quality if I use my CDs. But I personally like my CDs because I can just take them anywhere on my iPod without Wi-Fi.
Have you tried vinyl?
Yes, I have a couple vinyls.
Okay. Well, good luck however you listen to music, and good luck on Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Derek. Good to see you. Here's 8th grader Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
Good to see you. We've seen you on the spelling bee, but let's talk about VQ and one of your hobbies, something about disc golf.
All right, so I started playing disc golf when I was around 6. I played for around a year, but then I took a really big break. But then I started, getting back into the game around like a year ago.
Okay.
And I've been slowly improving. I've been playing more games, and I've even competed in a couple bag tags, and it's on the first Saturday of every month.
Wow. Well, it's you get outdoors and have some fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Good luck here on Junior Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Zach. Here's 8th grader Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
Tell me what the board game club is about, and what kind of games do you guys have?
We just meet every Thursday to play like a bunch of board games. You have a bunch of board games that we have there, and we can also like bring our own games to play.
I mean, are you talking like Monopoly and stuff?
Yeah, like just general board games. You can play chess, like a lot of other board games.
Do you have a favorite board game that you like to play?
I like to play chess a lot. Like it's just something I like to do.
Maybe you and Merrick should get together. Are you on the chess team too?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, good luck with all of that, and good luck here on Varsity Quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lead STEM Academy. Bonus round coming up. Close match going into round 2. Thurman White Academy, 30 points to the Lead STEM Academy's 50. We got some new players. Thurman White has 3 new players. We say hello to Luz. Hi, Luz. There's Leo. Hello, welcome aboard. And Tyler's the same, and Andrew's new. Hello, Andrew. Nice to have you. Lead STEM Academy has 2 new players. We say hello to Anderson. Hi, Anderson. Welcome aboard. Derek and Zach, and the new guy, Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hi.
This round is timed at 6 minutes, and that begins as I read this question. Which medieval Norse seafarers explored? And that's the Thurman White Academy. Tyler?
The Vikings?
Yes, bonus questions now for the White Academy only about Vikings. First, which Viking was the first European to land in the New World? Second, who was the father of the Viking in the previous question?
We have our answers?
Go.
For the first question, we have Eric the Red, and for the second question, we have Eric.
So you were close, you're on the right track. Unfortunately, both are incorrect. The first answer was Leif Erikson, and then Eric the Red was the correct answer for the second question. So no bonus points, but you keep the questions from the original question. And now, this toss-up for both teams, and it's a calculation question. A shirt originally costs $40. It's on sale for 25% off. What's the sale price? Lead Academy, Zach?
$30.
Correct. Bonus calculation questions now for the Lead STEM Academy. First, how many milliliters are in 2.5 liters? Second, a triangle has angles measuring 30 degrees and 70 degrees. What's the third angle?
Yeah. All right. We have our answers.
Okay.
2,500 milliliters and 80 degrees.
Both are correct. You got bonus points and the original question points. Toss it for both teams now. As millions of people held their breath back in April, 4 astronauts flawlessly splashed down back to Earth in the Orion capsule, ending their history-making 10-day mission to the moon and back. Aboard what spacecraft? Thurman White, Tyler?
Artemis 2.
Correct. Bonus questions now for White Academy about planetary moons. First, what planet has a moon named Nereid? Second, what planet has a moon named Deimos?
We have our answers.
Go.
For the first question, we have Neptune, and for the second one, we have Mars.
Both are correct. You got bonus points and the original points. Toss it for both teams now. Which 1924 short story is a suspenseful tale of a big game hunter who's shipwrecked and becomes the hunted? Thurman White, Tyler?
No answers.
Ooh, no answer. For that time? Okay, so lead, Derek?
Robinson Crusoe.
No, the short story is called The Most Dangerous Game. So no points. We move on to the next question. Lyme disease is a bacterial infection transmitted through the bite of infected black-legged deer ticks. How many legs does a tick have? Lead, Zach?
6.
Incorrect. Thurman White, Andrew?
8.
That is correct. And we have bonus questions about animals now for Thurman White only. How many legs do the following animals have? First, lobster. Second, beetle.
Yeah, lobsters have 8. Okay. We have our answers.
Go ahead.
For the first question, we have 8, and for the second question, we have 6.
6 is correct. Lobsters have 10 legs.
Wow.
So you get some bonus points, but not all, and you keep the original question points and toss up now for both teams. What monolithic human figures carved from stone by the Rapa Nui people are found on, that's lead, Zach?
Easter Island.
That is an interrupt. That's incorrect. I'll finish reading the question. Monolithic human figures carved from stone by the Rapa Nui people are found on Easter Island. Thurman White, Andrew?
Gods.
No, they are moai. No points. We move to the next question, a toss-up for both teams. How many nations competed in the original Olympic Games? Lead, Zach?
2.
Incorrect. Thurman White, Leo?
100?
Nope. It was 1. Next question. What's the name of the group of animals that includes spiders, scorpions, and ticks? Thurman White, Tyler?
Insects?
Incorrect. Lead, Derek?
Arachnids.
They are arachnids. Yes, bonus questions now for lead only about insects. First, which insect is known for spreading malaria? Second, this largest hornet species has been eradicated from the United States as of 2025.
Yellow jacket. We have our
Captain.
answers. Mosquito and yellow jacket.
Mosquito's correct. The other one is the murder hornet. So some bonus points, but not all. Do we still have time? Let's keep going. What's the term for the primary title of the King of Persia? Thurman White, Leo?
Supreme King?
No? Lead, Derek?
The king.
No, he's a Shah. Next question. What's the adjective that means relating to or affecting horses or other members of the horse family? Well, we're looking for equine. No points, and that's the end of the round. Speed round coming up. Close match. Wow. Okay, going into round 3, Thurman White has 60 points. Lead STEM Academy has 70. Anything can happen in the 3rd round. We have some returning players for Thurman White. We say hello again to Felix. Hey, Grayson. Tyler's the same, and we welcome back Mason. And now for the Lead STEM Academy, we have some new players. We say hi to Sam. Hi, Sam. Welcome. Al, hello. Good to have you. Zach's the same, and there's Xavier. Hi, Xavier. Good to see you. So let's get this party started. The shot heard round the world, the one fired in Massachusetts, that was the start of which Thurman White, Grayson?
The Boston Marathon?
Incorrect. Was the start of which war? Lead Academy, Zach?
The American Revolution.
Correct. Which political and economic ideology advocates for a classless society in which, and that's lead, Zach?
Communism.
Yes. Which penguin species lives on Antarctic ice? Thurman White, Grayson.
Emperor penguins.
That's right. Which element is found in all organic compounds? And that's lead, Al.
Carbon.
Correct. Next question. Which vast underwater area covers much of the deep ocean floor and is among the flattest regions on Earth? Thurman White, Grayson.
The Twilight Zone?
Incorrect. In time? Lead, Zach?
The seabed.
No, we're looking for the abyssal plain, but I like your answer, Grayson. Next question. What part of a bird's anatomy helps it regulate temperature by puffing up to increase a layer of insulating air over the skin in cold weather to stay warm? Thurman White, Tyler?
The feathers.
Correct. What do we call a substance that speeds up a chemical reaction without being used up? Lead, Zach.
A catalyst.
Correct. What's the name for a visible band of light caused by charged particles from solar wind entering the atmosphere? Lead, Zach.
An ion.
Incorrect. White, Felix?
A wave.
No, we were looking for aurora. No points. Next question. What's the name for the tall building used to store grain? Thurman White, Mason?
A silo.
Yes. Next question. What process, named for the scientist who developed it, consists of Thurman White, Tyler?
Pasteurization.
That is correct. Next question. The nectar from the plant, not the insect, is the source of what sweet fluids? Thurman White, Grayson?
Honey.
Yes. Which U.S. state has the highest elevation point in the lower 48 states? Lead, Zach.
California.
Incorrect. Thurman White, Mason?
Colorado.
Yes. Next question. Which space telescope launched in 1990? Thurman White, Grayson?
Hubble.
Yes. What 5-letter word starting with the letter R is the opposite of urban? Thurman White, Felix?
Rural.
Yes. Which type of energy conversion occurs in a photovoltaic cell? Thurman White, Tyler?
Convection.
Incorrect. In time? No? Okay, so we were looking for the conversion of light to electricity. No points. Next question. What's the name for a word that takes the place of a noun like he or they? Thurman White, Felix?
Pronoun.
Correct. What story by Dr. Seuss that was first published in 1960s about the character named Sam, who's Thurman White, Tyler?
Green eggs and ham.
Oh, and one of my favorites, yes. This part of your eye contains the muscles that control the size of your pupil. It's also responsible for eye color. Lead, Sam?
Iris.
Correct. How many years is one full term for a U.S. president? Thurman White, Tyler?
4.
Correct. In baseball, what term describes a play in which a fielder catches a batted ball before it touches the ground? Thurman White, Grayson?
A strike.
Incorrect. Lead, Xavier?
A flyout.
Correct. What's the name of the annual awards that recognize excellence in theater? White, Tyler?
The Tony Awards.
Yes. What's the name of the force that keeps the planets moving in orbit around the sun? Thurman White, Mason?
Gravity.
That's right. What was the primary material used in Michelangelo's Pieta? White, Tyler?
Clay.
Incorrect. Lead, Al?
Marble.
That's right. What structure allows birds to breathe continuously during both inhalation and exhalation? Lead, Zach?
The lungs.
Incorrect. Thurman White, Tyler?
The beak.
No, we were looking for the term air sacs. Next question. What happens to price when demand increases and supply? Lead, Al?
Inflation.
No, that's an interrupt. I'll finish the question. When demand increases and supply stays the same. Thurman White, Felix?
The price increases.
Yes. Which type of energy is stored in a stretched spring? Thurman White, Tyler?
Potential energy.
Yes. This 2020's TV series centers on a Korean survival competition. White, Grayson?
Off the boat.
Incorrect. And lead, Zach?
Squid Game.
It was Squid Game. And I think we're out of time, so let's find out who won. What a match. Here's your final score. Thurman White Academy, 125 points to the Lead STEM Academies, 105. Can we have a round of applause for both teams? What a great match. And congratulations to Thurman White. They'll be back next week to take on Miller Middle School for the title of 2026 Junior Varsity Quiz Silver League Champion. Tune in next Monday at 7:30 for more JVQ on Vegas PBS.